how did you get your start in media and the entertainment business? Because I'm sure it was a very long road before you were able to found a sports league.
Yeah, I guess I'll take you back to the beginning, right? I am from a very small town in New Jersey, uh, obviously played basketball, had no aspirations for the entertainment business growing up at all. I was a Middle Eastern Studies minor and a political science major at Rutgers University. Uh, Go Scarlet Knights. Um, Cousin who, I had aspirations to be like in Homeland Security, in the Army, and a police officer, sort of following the steps of a cousin. And then he passed with colon cancer. And it just sort of like shifted my interest. I started like club promoting, just getting into like entertainment related stuff. Found myself representing like this DJ who I used to buy mixtapes from. And I remember one time I called him and I'm like, I need to buy some CDs, because I was like buying CDs for like 25 cents and then dropping them off at like an uncle's gas station to sell them. Like every hustle in the world I've done. And I called him one time, and when I go pick up CDs, he would always tell me like, I used to be Biggie's DJ. I used to be this, such and such. And I was like, just give me my CDs, bro. And one time I called him and he was like, I'm on tour with Lil Wayne, but I'm in New York. Come to the show. I'm like, you're on tour with Lil Wayne, of course. So he gave me passes, and I found myself backstage in a time where it was sneaking in backstage was my way back there. They actually gave me a pass. I started to network, found a way to get myself on tour. While on tour, I started to make friends with some of the up and coming artists that were on the tour. One was an up and coming female rapper named Nicki Minaj. The other was an up and coming Canadian rapper named Drake, both very up and coming at the time. And people don't know this, but Nicki was originally, before she was even signed to Lil Wayne's record label, she was signed to Bad Boy Management, which was Puff Daddy and my mentor at the time, James Cruz. So I just went up to him backstage at a concert and was like, yo, I have this idea. Roses around her album coming out on Valentine's Day. And they're like, cool, get it done. And I was like, get it done. Like, I was like 20 years old. I was like, I thought like you say an idea and like it gets done like with bosses. So anyways, I came home and I started like cold calling at the time. Anybody I can Google, right? So it was like 1-800-Flowers and Pro Flowers and all of like the players in the floral space at the time. And I felt like I was getting nowhere. I was talking to like old female receptionists, like saying Nicki, like Nicki who, and literally writing down Nicki Minaj. And eventually got a phone call back from Lisa Hendrickson, who I still consider an integral part of my life, who at the time was the CMO at 1-800-Flowers, made the introduction and ended up becoming a very, very lucrative deal for not only Nicki and Bad Boy Management that commissioned it, but also Puff did his own collaboration around his new vodka company, Ciroc at the time, made a ton of money from there. It just sort of, I worked very closely with his manager, James Cruz, and Puff would just sporadically like hit me. And there was a time where he asked me to come and join his team and basically asked me to be his assistant. And my reply, again, was the greatest, worst reply of my life. I'm like, assistant? I'm not no assistant. I was a kid. And he was like, best dance I ever heard, click. And it's sort of been history from there. I spent 7 years as his day-to-day manager. The title was day-to-day manager, but as you can imagine, it entailed really handled all facets of his personal life and business life, as you can imagine. And a few years ago, left with Jordan, who my business partner. And I always say, like, being around somebody like Puff, he inspires you to aspire to be like him, right? To be great. Like, there's nobody on earth that pushes somebody to be great. So we started a business where we lived in between brands and culture and represented a lot of talent as extensions of their management and a lot of brands, and helping them out. We like making them cool, right? And you were around me at the Crew League. There's in the most humble sense, I don't think there's a lot of people like me that can have an eloquent conversation as we're having right now, but also be able to talk to the rappers in the studio at 3 a.m. while pumping shots and throwing money in the air, right? So
Yeah.
had this niche, and it led to what we're probably about to talk about, which is found a lane providing these unique content offerings, which has been incredible. And the Crew League being the first of them.
Absolutely.